Hello, I'm Ben of Board Game Schoolhouse, and this is Gondor Calls for Aid, where you can come to learn to play Lord of the Rings board games better, I hope. Today we're talking about Journeys in Middle-earth's Dis.
Who said this?
Wrong nerdy franchise, but excellent question nonetheless, Boss Nass. Another FFG original, Dis has a standard stat spread with her 4 in might, her 3s in wit and spirit, and 2s in agility and wisdom. Her fear and damage caps are evenly distributed at 5 apiece, and her inspiration limit is a measly 3. Her unique ability is sort of a Gimli reimagined. It's better than Gimli's in some ways because it happens every test, but it's worse in that you have to have a spare fate icon in order to top deck a card. Whatever build you end up using, Dis is a hero who will experience the most success when you have a well-balanced skill deck full of both fate and success icons. But that's enough introduction, after all.
Gondor Calls for aid!
And Board Game Schoolhouse
Will answer.
Dis's FFG recommended role is Smith, which is a particularly good role for larger parties as it's more likely that there will be equipment that you need to keep tokens on. For your skill deck priority, you are going to look at Forge's Fire, Surth Inscription, 2 copies of Industrious, Strike the Anvil, Craft of Men, and Dwarf Linked Rings. Of these, Industrious is the most important to try to prepare. For items, start with a hammer, upgrade it to Hollowbold Hammer, then Mountain Fall, and finally Bone Grinder. For armor, take Ring Mail, upgrade it to Twice Wrought Mail, and then lastly, Second Skin in order to avoid Disaster on agility checks. This soldier build is all about boosting might to 5 to make Dis an absolutely destroyer of worlds. For your armor, you're going to start with Plate Mail and then upgrade it to Iron Hills Plate and then Defender of the Citadel for that sweet might bonus. For weapons, I still really like the hammer for her because of the overwhelming number of hits it can generate, building it to Hollowbold Hammer, Mountain Fall, and Bone Grinder. But if for some reason someone else in the party really wants to take the hammer, you could take any strength-based weapon that you want built all the way out to tier 4. For your skill deck, you're going to spend the whole adventure in Soldier. This will give you plenty of access to both success and fate icons in your deck. Prioritize taking 2 copies of Sleep Anywhere, Break the Wave, 2 copies of On Your Orders, and 3 copies of Fighting Advance. This Apothecary build turns Dis into a support hero. She's going to spend the first 7-ish chapters in Herbalist in order to help support with healing, and then she's going to switch into Meddler in order to help the party generate extra inspiration with Nosy. While you're in Herbalist, your skill card priority is Healing Poultice, Natural Remedy, and Calming Presence. Once you're in Meddler, be sure to get Hidden Plans and Flattery. While you could probably use just about any might-based weapon, I know you won't be disappointed if you use the Hatchet for the ranged attack. Upgrade it to Wanderer's Hatchet and then Throat Seeker. In the offhand, I like Harp for Inspiration Generation. Upgrade it to Ferlinden Harp, Heart's Rest, and then Chorus of Light. For armor, take Padded Armor, upgrade it to Vanguard Armor, and then Heartswell. Remember to keep your eyes peeled for Fireheart when you're scouting in order to try to prepare it as often as possible. Normally I really dislike preparing cards with success icons on them, but there should be an exception for this card every single time. I can't understate how powerful it is to be able to top deck a card at least once per round because of having this ready. And that's how you play Dis better. If you have an alternative build that you like, I would love to read about it in the comments, and if you'd like easy access to these builds and others, there's a link for you in the description. If you like the video, please prove it, and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. I'm Ben of Board Game Schoolhouse, and this has been Gondor Calls for Aid, Dis. Remember, the shadow deepens, though hope yet endures.